Mary.
And Amma.
Leave a chance to like,
Share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. And y'all, it was actually a mess. I feel like, does Kenya kind of have a point? Yes. Do I feel like she put herself in unnecessary drama? Yes. Do I feel like it still gives Martell an excuse to be the abusive person we have seen him to be? No. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like it seems as if a lot of men just are not having self-control at all whatsoever. I felt like Kenya, I did not think she needed to call him an SOB. I didn't think, did she call him an SOB or was it a piece of shit? It was a piece of shit. She didn't have to call him
Once
that.
a cheater, always a cheater.
My thing is also,
but he's the one who kind of started it because.
Well, I felt like Kenya started because you didn't have to bring it up. This was a DM that you did not accept. You were talking about how he was a great father, which I mean, okay, like that's a little bit of a push.
This is what I feel.
It was just, there was no point in you to even bring it up. But the thing is with Kenya, she always wants somebody man to like her. That's why Phaedra cussed you out and then checked you the way she did at the reunion. Because you always want somebody's man to like you. You're pretty, yes, but you ain't that pretty, okay?
You're very beautiful.
Like, but
you know
you
something?
can't be
you
always...
can't be beautiful
like
to every man.
I'm like...
Right? Like, you're only one person. And who
you wouldn't want, you shouldn't want to be attracted to every single man. It's too much. You were there all up with Apollo, putting him, dropping you in the water, you there flirting with him. I don't care what you say, you were flirting with that convict that you were calling convict. And now you're here bringing up some text message that he sent to you 2 years ago that you did not even answer.
I mean, I understand
and then you
why you brought it up because of the whole Phaedra theme. But then my thing was, you know who I thought did not handle it properly? Sheree. She tells you in the corner, Martell is not there.
Why are you telling me in the corner at a party on TV?
Well,
if you actually cared about me, you should have called me if you were that serious about it.
So she tells you, okay, she tells you, fine, whatever. You don't have to go like this. Martell, as though I'm going to be this woman who is going to be checking her man. I'm going to make sure. Martell. I was just like, what are you doing? So you call the man over. Already he's on high alert because it's a whole bunch of women here. This man does not even look at you as that girl. He just vibing out with you right now. That's not what he told Kenya?
Marcel does not like Sheree. Like, let's be honest.
He's not feeling you like that, Sheree. So for you to be all like...
She is not the one. Let's just say that.
And after she tells you he DM'd me 6 months ago, right there they should tell you as a woman, okay, DM'd you 6 months ago, and you never answered him back, and then he deleted it. Why am I calling him again? Because he DM'd someone 6 months ago before I even was with him. And Kenya did tell her, I mean, this was all before you. So right there, I should have nothing. Like, I have nothing to say. This was before me. So I could actually care less. But you call the man, because you're trying to show what? That I'm going to check a man. Girl, a man who ain't even really claiming you like that. Please go sit down. So they come sit down. Here come Martell now. And she's right. He all with the phone. And first he denies it. He denies it, but then he realizes there's no need for me to deny it. He goes to the back to check his phone. He said, "Wait a minute, that was 2020. That was 2 years ago." And then he's really crass when he leaves, and he's like, "I mean, even if 2 years ago I effed you, it doesn't matter. It was 2 years ago." And she be answering all her stuff, and then you can hear what. And then you go to him, circle to him. You see, that's all that male, weird. It's not even a male energy. Because we call it male. We don't. Usually men avoid conflict. They don't. The male energy. They don't really have conflicts. Like they don't go like circling, looking for conflict, and go all back and forth in somebody's face. So you go now and then you say, "What's a cheater? Always a cheater." But he started first because I thought it was kind of crass when he said, you know, even if I effed you 2 years ago, whatever. He said it in a very rude, very crude way. But that's what he is. She was not
even offended by that.
I would have been. You should have been offended by that. I was offended by that. And then he's like, well, she answers everybody's DM.
Well,
that's what she was offended by. That's why she got up. Because he tried to call her a hoe.
Well, tried to call her desperate, which she probably is.
Oh,
but
no.
my thing is, I felt like him saying that, oh, you probably answer all your DMs. It's kind of a mute point because I didn't answer yours. So I mean, really, I accept everybody's. Okay, whatever helps you sleep at night. But I just felt like, that whole thing was very offensive, what Martell said. Yeah. But for me personally, I'm not even going to bother. You have watched the show, Kenya. You said it on Candy Speak on it, that you are a huge fan of the show. You've watched every episode from the very beginning. You know this man has abusive tendencies. You know that if he would talk to his own wife like that, how much you, and you a stranger. So for me, personally, I'm just not even going to engage with Martell. Also, me, I'm not going to sit down here and talk about a DM that I saw 2 years ago. Listen, I can't even sit down here today and tell you who I was talking to 2 years ago. I can't. I actually can't tell you.
Stop getting in men's faces and going back and forth.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be in no man's face. I damn sure don't want to be up in mine. Because I
don't even get in women's faces.
I'm sorry.
Like, if you go, I will be the last person who will be coming up in your face. And so only if you touch me. Now, if you touch me, I'll touch you off. Okay. Because I don't believe in being touched by nobody. But, apart from that, just your words. I mean, I'm not going to be going back and forth like this with nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that mess. I really don't.
Kind of like in terms of Candy and Sonia saying that Kenya lives to call a black man aggressive. I feel like Kenya probably. I feel like
he was aggressive.
He was aggressive.
He was aggressive, and I hate. I can't.
You can't really victim blame.
I cannot respect. I don't even look at male persons who are male who cannot control their emotions. You're not a man to me if you cannot control your emotions. That's the number one thing you need to be able to do.
Self-control.
You need to be able to have self-control.
And be civilized.
You can't be easily angered like that. Like, I could just put tissue paper in front of you. Boom!
Man, why you on my face?
Like, that's some crazy stuff. And I'm sorry, the men who are really strong and can really do some damage, they're not
really silent.
Easily,
They're really silent.
Because they know where they can go. And so they are not easy to anger. It takes something to get someone easy to anger like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they're only going to react when it's like, I got to react and I'm willing to die for this.
My thing is, Kenya, if she called that man aggressive, my thing is, you're not going to sit down here and tell me not to call somebody aggressive who's being aggressive because he's black.
Being aggressive.
My thing is not about mamming the black man. If you are being an a-hole, you're being aggressive, you're up in my face, I'm going to call you aggressive. If that's the narrative that you want to put out there, he puts himself out there as aggressive himself. So there's nothing that I can or can't say that will help, help his career. It's already in the toilet.
He got caught in a lie, and he was embarrassed about that. And so started being all up in her face with his phone, violating her space.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he did. He was there violating her space, her boundaries.
Yeah.
And then so she circles now. Kenya, you should have been upset when he was crude. Because he was crude. It was a crude way he spoke to you. Then, yes, he was trying to say, like, you're desperate or whatever. That's what he was trying to insinuate. But even with that, just let it go. And Sheree, I also felt it's up you being offended with Kenya. When you see your man, I put quotes, when you see your man getting all upset like that, right away you could have just been like, well, I understand. You could have just like squashed it. And the way you squash it is, Marta, I kind of understand, Kenya, why you will tell me about the whole DM thing, because I remember the whole Apollo thing before. So I get it why you want to be transparent. I appreciate it. Martell, we're not going there. And you just get up, or you don't even have to say we're not going there. You can just say, tell her that piece, and then walk out with your man. That's how you cover him. But for all of that, for you to get to that point that Kenya is all in his face, and like all of that was unnecessary. It really was.
Yeah, it really was.
But yeah, he was aggressive. At first, when I just saw it, I was like, "Oh, Kenya, you're the wrong."
Dramatic. I just felt like, Kenya, you have to stop, like, being.
Everything is not a fight.
Yeah.
Everything is not a fight.
And
I know that you say I need to fight for myself now. and stuff like that.
But my thing is also, Kenya, you
Even
were
if
the
he
last
tried to low-key
person.
talk to you, that was 6 months ago, Kenya.
He ain't with you
And
now.
he really wasn't even 6 months ago, because you said that you told Sheree it was 6 months ago, but then later on when you were talking about it, you were like, it was more than 6 months ago.
It
But I
was
know
2
it was at
years
least
ago.
6 months ago. It was a whole 2 years.
2020. We're in 2020, boo. But
I guess they shot it, in 2022? But it's been 2 years, Kenya. Like,
I also just felt like,
and the whole thing
You have
with,
to be-
I just found out now about the whole Martell thing when I saw you all. Everybody has known about them at Martell, so I don't buy that either.
yeah. But she got caught in a lie. And then she had the nerve to talk about how, like, Sheree, you are messing with the same dudes. Like, that's how Bobby talks to you. Do not sit down here talking to me about what Bob used to do to me. You were there having sex with some little boy who went and busted up your windows.
I remember
the
that.
time after he did that to you. You still went to his car to have sex with him. So please do not talk about how, you are with men who don't treat you right. You damn sure are not the person to be talking about dating dumb dudes, because you are right up there with Sheree, if we're being honest.
And you
Are still married. Like, girl, bye. Do not be sitting down talking, get on some high horse. I don't mess with men like that. Well, if you really don't, you also don't go and get into a fight and start fighting with them either.
I know.
Like me, if I have had the
should not get in
experiences
the
that
faces of
Kenya
men,
has had,
period.
I'm not actually ever going to
Yeah.
put myself in a position where there is some man all up in my face yelling at me.
No.
And I'm not going to go call you a piece of crap and call you a cheater and all this stuff.
I know.
Like, I don't even want that energy. Like,
Yeah.
keep that away from me. Like, I have PTSD and trauma from that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that
Yeah.
at all.
Exactly.
But you sit down here, you
She
talk about
should have
how,
PTSD
I
and trauma
don't
from
mess
that by
with
now.
men like that anymore. You need to want better for yourself. You're not my mama.
You
You're not
also
gone.
should want better for yourself, Kenya, and not going into a man's face. Because what if he he has already shown he doesn't have any self-control.
My thing is,
What
with
if he
men
turns
these
around
days, you actually
and
just
he
don't
hits
know. It's
you
not like back in
or
the day.
something? Now you put yourself over
Yeah.
there in that position like that, and that's not making any excuse for him doing that. But don't
My
put
thing
yourself
is-
in danger either.
I'm just saying, like, especially sometimes, with men, and with black men especially as well, it just seems
Like
like,
the whole Chris Brown thing and Tatiana.
I know that one that, such a pretty bird.
I know.
But that whole Chris Brown thing too. I used to live in Atlanta. I cannot even tell you the stories about men who have come up to me and literally were not trying to take no for an answer. I remember there was a time where
Very
it wasn't me,
aggressive.
but this woman told this man no, or he saw it as a rejection. He walked away because I guess she said no in front of her friends. The man comes back, shoots up the whole restaurant, tries to shoot her up as
remember
well.
I
That
saw
was
that.
in Atlanta.
Yes, I remember
That
that.
was in
story.
Atlanta.
I remember that story.
When I was in
so
college
through.
at
Yes.
SCAD in Atlanta, child,
How
Lord
about that
have mercy.
basketball player who killed that woman? Because
Yes,
she
and
would
then
not
you
talk
see
to
how
him.
the black men are there murdering their
Lord have
children, and then
mercy.
also the women. I'm sorry.
Like, no
I'm not
self-control.
even putting myself in any position. I don't give a damn if security and a cameraman is there. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
No, hell to the no.
Yeah.
I love my life.
You know, that is so true. We forget that the camera and the security are there. They're supposed to be there, right? So,
I know,
okay,
but-
so I guess she knows that nothing is really going to happen
My thing is, you
when
just
she
don't
does
know
that.
because
So
even on
she's
Cheaters,
like,
remember that they had security and Jerry
when that guy hit that other guy.
No, he stabbed
Peter
Joey
Bundy.
Greco. Remember he stabbed him on that boat?
Right.
Even though he had security?
That's
Things
so
can
true.
happen like that.
I know.
So
And that
no.
other guy punched the life out of Peter Gandhi.
Peter Gunz was like, whoa, had dropped his whole cigar and
He
everything.
hit him so hard here.
He's like, oh, damn.
He just knew, had the nerve to go put his hands on that black man's face. Remember, he went like that to his face. Don't touch people's face. Like,
That was after he had punched him, though, because he was talking about how, oh, she giving it to him real good. Just being disrespectful.
I know.
And he was like, what you saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, I was happy because remember he had cheated on those women on that
I know.
hip hop love.
Now
and
he's
hip-hop.
hosting Cheaters. The
So I
audacity.
was so happy that someone gave him a good punch like that.
It might be it's when he's on Cheaters, he's always touching the women.
I know.
You never saw Clark Gable touching the women. You
I
never
know.
saw Joey Greco, but he's
I
always
know.
trying to touch them
I know.
and
Feel
hold
them
your
and-
hand.
yeah.
We're gonna get through it. You
And
just
then
lay
be-
on my shoulder, like all that. What's about? I'm like, get the hell off of me! As you have your cigar smoke.
And then with the men, he learned a lesson that time. Don't be talking bad about a woman. She may be cheating, I'll be damned if you go try to insinuate she at home. She punched him so hard. I was like, yes. We don't condone
the violence on this channel. But
anyway.
but I think that was it. Well, also let's just quickly talk about Candy and that girl who had her mouth all twisted, and I don't know her. You don't know me.
You're a mess.
That was a mess. But she was on speak
She
on it.
She has a little tick. She may have like some kind of Tourette's syndrome or something, but she has a little tick going on with her. That girl, Sonia.
I just felt like I feel like she trying to get a spot on the show, creating some unnecessary drama.
I know.
My thing is, you saying you going to headbutt this chick like you Ocho Cinco. Candy, go get some anger management and get your household in order before you go headbutt somebody and go to jail. What the hell was that? Like know. you were what 2'2"? Girl, bye. I still can't believe she said that. Like she thought she was Ocho Cinco.
Candy is too. She gets upset.
It's that short person syndrome.
I don't know.
I thought it was only men who had it, but I guess women do too. I don't know. I'm 5'6", so.
Like you said, I think Candy at this point she needs anger management. She's too quick to anger.
Yeah.
For a woman to be so quick to anger.
She has too much going on. When you have a man who's overworking you and then he's not doing anything, but he wants you to come put your breast in his mouth and come help him write a movie. I can only imagine what she's going through. Got 8 jobs and you are worth almost $100 million. Girl, what is you doing with your life? Girl, overworked. That's what happened. That's why when you have that masculine energy, you're like Gabrielle Union with some man who can't add to you or like bring you peace and rest. Lord have mercy.
Who thinks that Sonia's husband is cheating? The one who don't want to have a second baby. That man, I don't want to say he's for the streets.
He for the streets.
The way he even say thank you to her, all that money she don't use, spend what 100,000 from 40,000. You gonna spend 100,000 for a 40th birthday?
What you gonna do on the 50th, the 60th, and the 100th birthday if he makes it that long?
My goodness gracious! When a man don't want to have a baby with you, a second baby with you, and you
isn't that what happened to that girl Brooke Bailey?
She was there talking
baby. He was talking about going to see his side chick. And he wasn't even there for her when her daughter died.
Together.
No.
Oh, he wasn't there for her when the baby died?
I don't think so because they had gotten divorced by that time, I believe. So, I mean.
Hot mess.
She's talking about baby. Listen, when a man don't want another baby with you, and because.
When a man is there for you, I'm telling you, the one thing he wants is that second baby. He wants that baby. So he wants to make sure he brings you close to him.
Yeah.
And when a man don't want that, he's not thinking about no longevity with you. He certainly ain't gonna leave no legacy. He's trying to find a way to get the hell on out.
Yeah, I don't know about Sonya. But yeah, I think that was everything.
That was everything.
But yeah, y'all.
It seems like though it's gonna be an awesome season.
Woo!
And I cannot wait. I am here
for it.
Yes.
Yes, y'all. But it's Mary.
And I'm
we invite y'all to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment down
below. Bye.